Hello and welcome to another Not a Tutorial with me, JK. I'm an artist from Sydney, Australia. Welcome to the channel if it's your first time here, or if you're just watching this video because it was suggested to you in the comment section, then welcome to this video. If you feel like it, maybe hit subscribe, hit that like button, the ding button, all the buttons, hit them all. Why not? I upload these reasonably regularly, while I'm still married. So if I get divorced, I could probably upload more. Yes, welcome to the video. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Today we're going to be doing another very simple illustration that I think everyone can do. And we're going to talk about the bean. So let's do it. All right, here we go. So we've got our canvas as always. It's 4500 by 5500. We are going with DPI of 300. And we are using our sketching pencil, which is the peppermint. And I'm still on these beige backgrounds with a nice blue pencil because I'm liking it. So today, not using reference. I know, bad JK, no reference. We're going to draw though is we're going to draw a koala. Now, I have drawn a koala before, bit orkies, ended up sort of basically copying a design by my man Tenhun. But I'm pretty sure that's just because we ended up using the same reference. So plus I had seen the design, so I don't know, subliminal messaging, that sort of thing. So we're going to do another koala. This time it's going to be a little bit more kids book-esque. So let's jump into it. Okay, so let's get the head in there first. Now we are going to talk about this, the bean, as I call it, the magic bean. Now you might be going, he's lost his mind even more than normal. Well, possibly. Okay, so let's draw the head. There's the head. There you go. Koala head. Now, let's chuck in our construction lines because it makes us look professional. You know that. I'm going to have him looking slightly off to the side. You could have yours looking straight on if you want. You could have yours looking up. Remember, all you got to do if you want to change the direction is just change those construction lines. So if you want him looking up, have that middle line sort of near the top. So all your features move up. And same goes for if you want him looking down. Construction line moves down like that. Okay? But we're going to have ours going off slightly off to the side, like this. So let's get that in there so we can see where our basic positionings are. Now, as we know from our previous koala, the sort of the most defining feature of a koala really is its ears and its schnauzer, because it's got a big nose, just much like me. Maybe that's why I find a kindred spirit with the koala. So we're just chucking a big schnauzer there for our koala. Let's get in those ears as well, so they're just nice. And let's accentuate those ears as well, because it's it's cartoon, guys. Let's get in some nice big ears for our koala. Now we're going to get to this magic bean in a second, but we're going to chuck in those ears first. Okay, let's just get some eye placement going. I'm literally going to do cutesy circles for our eyes. Okay, like so. Now comes the magic bean. So what I mean by the magic bean is for the body, right? So let's think about a bean shape, shall we? Okay, so let's chuck in a little top for the bean, and let's go down like that, and let's put a curve in like so. But basically, let's draw a bean. Here's the bean, right? Now this bean can be used for multiple things. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Don't draw the legs in yet. So now that could be the body of a person, an animal, whatever you want, and you just change that bean depending on what. So if you wanted a fatter koala, you just change the base of your bean to be fatter, like that. So you've still got that bean shape, but the bottom is fatter, right? We got a thinner koala. I like to usually give my characters a bit of a belly, because I'm looking for kindred spirits to match my own physique. But that magic bean can be even used to draw an entire character. I don't know if you've seen the time lapse of my big mashup characters I did recently. You may notice if you've got a close eye on it. At one point, I draw a penguin, and I use the magic bean to do the entire penguin, right? Like that. That's the entire penguin body right there. Now I said the seagull is the easiest animal in the world to draw. Penguin would be pretty close too. See? Look at that. Just with that magic bean, we've already got the shape of a penguin in there. Okay? So this magic bean can be used for human, animal, you name it. Now, why I love the magic bean so much is because it's so easy to attach your legs. So let's attach the legs of our koala, right? Just down by the sides here. Follow the lines down. Okay? You're going, what's going on there? That looks ridiculous. Yeah, because we're not done. So let's get another cut lines coming from underneath our koala's body, like so. Let's chuck on a couple of feet so he can walk. Okay, so I usually do this with my characters. I'll have one sort of facing up to the side, maybe one facing forward. If I'm not doing a sort of dynamic pose, which this wouldn't be classified as a dynamic pose, because we're just keeping things simple, because we just want to get something up that looks like a cute koala. So, okay, so there's our little belly, there's our bean for our body. The legs simply attach onto the bottom with a little connection bit there, whereas, would be. Let's chuck in his feet, give him a few toes, like so, all right? Perfect. Now, arms. Let's give him some arms. Koalas need arms just like everybody else. All right? They got to climb trees. They got to eat eucalyptus. They got to give people chlamydia. Didn't know that, did you? You can catch chlamydia from a koala, so be careful. If you're on a holiday to Australia and you go home and you've got chlamydia, you just, you can always just tell your partner that it was a koala. Be done with it. I'm not. Yeah, let's move on quickly. All right, so there's our basic body of our koala. Let's have him. What is he doing? What's a koala doing? Koalas are from Australia. In Australia, we like to. What do we like to do here? Drink. What? Drink? How dare you? Here we go. Okay. Let's have one arm around here. Now, when you're placing your arms, you can start by just drawing stick arms, just to get an idea of where you want things or what you want things to be doing. If you don't like that, you can change the placement. You can have, I'm trying to think of maybe a surfboard. Let's see what that would look like in there. World's our oyster, We can do what we want. It's a very big, weird-shaped surfboard. Probably too big for our koala, I'd say, that one. Okay. What most YouTube artists, I think, do before they start recording these videos is they have a plan. I just go, I might draw a koala and talk about the magic bean. And much past that, whatever happens. I'm going to give him a baseball cap while I think about where those arms are going. Here you go. Teach you how to draw a baseball cap, nice and simple. Draw a circle, right? Or like an oval, flat circle, right? 2 lines coming up, like that, bang, bang. Join them together, like that, bang, bang. Put in the peak of your cap, like that, bang, bang. Put in this bit of the cap, don't know what it's called, but there it is. Little knobby bit on the top, a few lines around there, bang, bang. There you go. Floating baseball cap. Now, that's not my original idea, the floating baseball cap. I follow a guy on Instagram called Chiograph or something like that. I'll link his Instagram below because I like to give credit where credit is due. By that I mean where I obtain ideas from. And he always does floating caps on his characters, and I thought it looked pretty badass. So now I put a lot of floating caps on things because I think it looks great. Meanwhile, in the midst of that chat, I have still not thought about what we're going to do with his arms, but I have thought we'll put some shorts on him. Let's make him a little bit more person-y. All right, that's easy as that. Shorts. He's now got a pair of shorts on. See, drawing is easy. Okay, I don't want to hear any complaining. I just want to see you drawing. Now, what I want to see as well from you is looseness. Okay. Now, I'm not talking after a few bevies. I'm talking in your sketching. I want to see looseness. I want to see scratchiness. I want to see, I want to see you just going nuts with it. Don't worry about it, okay? It's a sketch. This is where you're going to make your this is where you make your lines. This is where you make your mistakes. That was what I was looking for in the first place. So just have some fun. Let's chuck some hearts on his. Maybe he's wearing some boxer shorts. Oh, he's left the house in his boxers. And maybe, because he's Australian, he's wearing a pair of what we call thongs. Okay, not to be mistaken for a particular type of underwear worn by ladies and some men. So let's maybe actually I'll give him a pair of, not thongs, we'll give him a pair of flip-flops, as some people might call them, because he's Australian. This is still me biding time while I think about what we're going to do with his hands. So let's just chuck in a circle here to start with. That might help us think about what we're going to do. Maybe, because we're in Australia, maybe he's holding a cricket bat. Eh? Why not? Now, if you're watching this in, say, America, cricket is a game where it sort of goes for about 3 years per game, and can end in a draw after all that time. So it's a fun game to watch. So let's get him holding a cricket bat. Now, I always have to do this. I have to reference by holding things myself as if I was holding a cricket bat. So I do that. I'm like, okay, so how does my hand look while I'm holding this remote that could be a cricket bat handle? And then I go, okay, great. So I know that my thumb should actually be there. And then we put in his fingers there. I won't give him 5 fingers because he's a koala, not a person. And plus, it makes life easier for me if I just give him less. It's all about making our life easier. So he's holding a cricket bat in the air, in a pair of shorts with a heart on. And we still don't know what is happening with this other hand. At the moment, it looks like he's scratching his junk. But we won't do that because it's supposed to be for a kid's book. And you can't have a koala scratching his junk for a kid's book. Inappropriate. So maybe he's holding a ball. Careful. Wish I had a ball in here. Do I have anything that could be... Just trying to think what it looks like to hold a ball. Maybe I'll just draw a circle. All right. I'm thinking on the fly. I like to actually sort of see my own hand doing it. To give me a bit of a reference, but I don't have one, so I'm going to have to just make it up. A bit like that. There we go. Okay. So he's got his cricket ball. He's got his cricket bat. He's wearing a pair of love heart underwear and a baseball cap. Why not? There you go. So there is your cute koala sketch. So, how about we ink it? Now, I'm using my new inker. If you want to know the settings for this inker, all you got to do is go to the polar bear, how to draw a polar bear video, and that will give you the settings for this pen. It is, look, I'll be honest, it's going to take you a bit of getting used to. If you've been using, like me, you've been using the... Now, I haven't used it in so long, I've already forgotten the name of it. You've been using the... people are probably yelling at this. Dry ink brush. You've been using the dry ink brush. This one will take a bit of getting used to. I am still very much getting used to it. It's just got a completely different... It's funny how it's a digital thing, but it's still got such a different feel to it. What have I done there? I really, royally messed that up. Yeah, it's funny how it's got such a different feel to it. And there's no difference to the actual... Obviously, you're still using an Apple Pencil. Now, of course, this is if you're using Procreate. You can still obviously do all of these if you're not using Procreate. There are plenty of other great programs that you can use for drawing. Autodesk Sketchbook, I think that's free. Don't quote me on that. Obviously, there's Photoshop. I wish I could draw in Photoshop, but I probably, if I gave it some time, I might be able to. I've never been good with Photoshop, though. Let's chuck in our eyes. I was trying to make this a relatively quick video, but you know me. There ain't no no, there ain't no quick. No such thing as quick. All right, let's get our head drawn in. I'll give him a few little tufts here. Now what we've got is this bat overlapping the ear. So we'll have to do the bat next. That's the strangest looking cricket bat ever. In fact, let's not worry about the bat. Let's come back to that. The trouble is I've had a couple of wines. So my inking eye is a bit wonky. But that's all right. If I can't have fun doing these, then, what's the point? So don't forget, utilize the magic bean. Honestly, it will, if you ever get stuck for a body and oh, how do I do? Because as you saw, it's so helpful. As well with attaching, the legs, because the amount of times I used to waste when it came to trying to work out, how am I going to get legs on here, and then the magic bean came along, and I don't even know where, I can't even remember where it came along from, but I'm glad it did. That is one hell of a chunky koala arm, isn't it? He's bowled some balls in his time, this guy. Okay. I really should reserve my wine drinking for after I've done these videos, really. Now that arm's quite chunky, we've got to make sure that they sort of both have a reasonable bit of chunk to them. Otherwise it'll look a bit weird. Like, why is that arm so big? What are you doing with that arm that you're not doing with the other one? Okay, let's just chuck in his little middle bit. Again, I'm not David Attenborough. Alright, I don't know what these things are called. I just know there's Bubsy by Andy. What's going on there? Just an Instagram message. I'm intrigued by that now, but I won't get distracted. You don't need to see who's sending me DMs. Hopefully it's commission work. And start paying some bills. Alright. Yeah. No, that's not right. I'm going to give him a little ankle here. Simple as that. I'll give him one here as well. So he's got two. Always important. You may have noticed, hopefully you've noticed, that the quality of my video should be, or the quality of the video on me should be better. We have upgraded the camera, because I noticed in my last video that the webcam on my computer is a little bit grainy. So okay. So let's chuck in a small little mouth. Alright, keep him cutesy. Oh, hold on. Now, I was all gung-ho about these flip-flops. The problem is now I've got to actually come through with the goods. That's what happens when I trying to fill by adding things. I then go, oh, now I've got to actually draw that in. Doesn't look right, does it? But that's alright. It's fine if we take a few stabs at it. You know, as I've said before, if you find yourself getting frustrated with a certain section and it's not working for you, then leave it and come back. Go and work on something else. Get yourself frustrated on another part of it, and then you can come back to that. There's nothing worse than spending, 20 minutes or so on the one section and just getting more and more frustrated with your drawing. Now from memory, cricket bats have this bit that goes like that, I think. I did play a little bit of cricket in my youth, but not much. Looks weird. I know that. You know that. No, I could have just erased it and kept the rest of the stuff, but I really wasn't happy with a lot of it, so I'll just, obviously cricket bats aren't flat, so we'll just try and give it a little bit of thickness to it. And say maybe like that. Let's ink in there. As I said, still getting used to this new inking brush. If I could have made life easier for myself and just gone with the dry ink brush, but where's the fun in that? Digital art's about, trying something new, pushing yourself. If you just do the same things every time, you'll struggle to see improvement. So things like trying out new inking brushes and new techniques will keep you, interested and motivated, and obviously build your skills as well. I mean, I never used to even draw animals. Now that's all I bloody draw. Although in saying that, I did draw a person the other day. It took me a long time to draw because I haven't drawn a person in so long. Okay, there we go. I reckon that'll do us for our cute koala, for our kids' book Koala. Let's make that our reference layer. I don't know where we're at with time on this. But anyway, cheers. I really have to stop drinking wine during these. It's very unprofessional. Okay, let's get our colour in. Now, I wouldn't go, obviously koalas are grey, but I would always go a little bluey grey. Not grey. It's just, again, it's personal preference. Completely up to you. Oh, some leakage. Let's just fill in that gap. Try that again, shall we? And then that's going to leak as well, so I'll do that while we're here. Oh, there's a little bit overlapping here. Let's just clean that up. And that one, now I'm seeing there, right? Okay. Yeah. Alright, let's go back to this. There we go. Bob's your uncle, Sally's your aunt. Well, Sally's your uncle and Bob's your aunt, Whatever. Oh, for gosh sake, damn it. Just because I've been... Okay, let's go back to here. Alright, so the nose, now koala's nose is black, but as I always say, let's not go black because of our line work. We can probably go a touch darker than that. Let's go pink in the ears. Like so. Let's go sort of, cheers. Let's go like a whitey blue. Maybe more of a whitey white. Let's go classic wood colour for the bat there. Let's colour that. That's not really classic wood colour, is it? Let's go a bit darker than that. Okay, hat colour. I'm going to go with pink because I like a nice bright colour on my illustrations. For inside the hat, we'll go a darker pink colour. Okay, for a second I thought we were on the... now, for these shorts, classic white there, and then love hearts. Let's also make them a lighter pink. Oh, I should use the recolor. If I was a professional, I'd use recolor. Oh dear. Hold on. Let's just fill that in, and then yet another gap in our line work. Oh, let's bring that right down. There we go. Go back to our colours. Let's do the waistband pink as well, which means we'll have to come over here and make sure it all looks normal. Okay, cricket ball is red. We might actually, cricket balls have these lines down them like this. Don't ask me, it's stitching on the ball. So let's make sure that's in there. Looks authentic. Let's make his flip-flops. Let's make them, see how yellow looks. Oh, okay. I'm forever filling gaps 'cause my line work's lazy. Let's go into here, fill that in. Oh, the handle of the bat. Let's make that. What does this look like? Yeah, that'll do. There we go. Coloured. Oh, let's just fill his mouth. Perfect. Cute little koala. Let's go give him some shadowing now. Let's darken this up. Now this is where this pen really comes into its own, especially as I said before with animals and the fur. It just has this really nice taper to it. If you want, as I said, if you want those settings, just go to how to draw a polar bear, and I give you all the settings in there. Not my pen. It was a gentleman on Instagram who is a phenomenal artist. He is credited and linked in that other video and gave his full blessing for me to pass on these settings. So feel free, jump in there and get them. Let's pull down the opacity on that. Let's keep going around. Just giving him his fur, like so, a bit in between the fingers. Now you can go over the top with inking. I think I've mentioned before that even my wife has said, oh, you went a bit crazy on the old shadowing. Sorry, not inking, shadowing. I'm like, yep, well, I get carried away. So again, I can't say this enough. Plenty of great tutorials on YouTube on shadowing and the right way to do it. These, obviously, I've said before, and there goes my video on my camera. So let's bring back. So I believe we lost video on the other camera, so I'm just quickly flicked over to the backup, because who would want to lose my pretty face? As we're nearly finished now anyway, so. Just this tapering on this is just wonderful. Okay. So I'm going to have to quickly just do the rest of this because this video is really running over now, I think. But what videos of mine don't? There we go. Alright, where are we at? Let's just quickly chuck in some shadowing on the bat here. I'm now rushing this. You obviously can pause and take your time. Make it look superb and perfect. Don't forget to tag me if you do draw yourself a koala. I would love to see it. I share all of them on my own Instagram. Not that I've got millions of followers, so you know it's not going to boost your social following, unfortunately, but you know, every little helps. There we go. I think we can call that done, don't you? Although that looks a bit flat without the side. Oh, hold on. Let's just get this in here, like so. Yeah, don't like that. All right, let's call that done. There you go. Now, there you have cute koala for a kid's book. Yeah, don't forget magic bean, very helpful in lots of different situations for drawing that body, and you can just see how simple it can help us create a little character. So hope you enjoyed that. Another one dropping very soon. So drop in some comments in the section, in the drop comments below. You know what to do. I don't need to keep telling you. I'm just playing with this opacity now because it's looking at me straight in the face. So yes, hope you liked it. I'll see you on the next one, legends.